Welcome back to a quick Stranger Things Season 5 update. Marketing is in full effect with a brand new short starring Ted Wheeler and the Mind Flayer on the television. Not to mention they've started releasing videos of the entire main cast sitting down each week rewatching Stranger Things season by season. They've actually been revealing a couple interesting things in each one. In 2 weeks, they will finish rewatching Season 4, which prompts the question, will they be releasing the official teaser once this 4-part rewatch series is over? Because I wouldn't be surprised. When this ends, the following week will be just 4 weeks away from Volume 1's release date, so an official trailer would be perfectly timed to drop at the end of October. And I can imagine we're going to get some fun teasers on Stranger Things Day as well. But with all this new material, the promos, and the behind-the-scenes rewatch, I just want to go over some of the really interesting things I noticed. To start, we get a great close-up look at everybody's Season 5 outfits, including Max. This is actually the first time we've seen her in this outfit so far, and they just released her character poster where she's wearing the same fit, and it looks really good. Since she'll be in a coma and unconscious all season, I wonder if this will be her outfit in Vecna's mind. Because like we found in the last teaser footage, it seems like she might wake up in episode 6, the one Sean Levy directs, which wouldn't give her much screen time before the end of the season. So if she's up and active in the first 6 episodes, it's most likely she'll be in Vecna's mind. And during the rewatch videos, she's casually sitting next to Jamie Campbell Bower in a completely new look for him as well. And if you remember, it almost looks reminiscent of the figure hidden in the Season 5 poster. In the lightning bolt at the top of the sky by Vecna, you can see it makes the outline of a figure. It almost looks like a young Henry Creel or possibly adult Henry in this fit he's wearing in the behind the scenes video. I think it's really interesting that they paired the two of them together for their rewatch scenes for the Season 4 video that will come out in 2 weeks. I mean, it's only fitting, with the Dear Billy episode being the most iconic moment from the entire season. Now, before we talk about the new detail in the rewatch video, the bad news Noah Schnapp delivered about Will in Season 5, let's first take a look at the Ted Wheeler commercial. Now, it starts off on a Target commercial talking about their 25th anniversary sale, which is pretty coincidental. That Target was founded in 1962, which means that 25 years later, in 1987, it just happens to be the same year that Season 5 will start in. Now, as the commercial is playing, static comes over the image, and for half a second it shows the Mind Flayer. Specifically, this exact scene is from the end of Season 1. Will gets a now memory where it flashes to the upside down. His front door flies open, and when he wanders over to look outside, this is what he sees. Nothing but darkness, death, and the Mind Flayer out there. And this is exactly what they chose to use for this scene in the commercial, which almost reinforces the idea that the upside down will be leaking into Hawkins in more ways than one, and might go as far as starting to combine the two dimensions together. Because I don't know what channel you would have to be on to watch the Mind Flayer, but this is really funny. They really are pushing heavy with the Mind Flayer returning this season. They almost completely omitted him in Season 4, only showing it in flashbacks of when Henry Creel first formed it, which is insane. But now it seems like it will be back in the spotlight. I'm sure you've probably also noticed how hard they've been promoting the first Shadow stage play. And this is another instance of them pushing really hard to bring the Mind Flayer back, as the play itself has a lot to do with it and Henry's relationship with him turning to the dark side. The play humanizes young Henry. He's not the antagonist. He's the protagonist of the first Shadow, and the Mind Flayer is the antagonist. You know what? Tell me in the comments if you would actually want me to make a full breakdown explanation video of this entire play before Season 5 comes out so you can be up to date on all the lore. I've been thinking about pulling the trigger on this one for a while and how to go about it, but I want to make sure you guys actually want to see it before I commit to making such a big video. Now, in the commercial, it doesn't seem like Ted noticed that the interdimensional monster behind all the terror Hawkins has been under for the last 4 years just popped on his television. I mean, even if he did see it, he wouldn't know what it was. He's completely in the dark on everything Upside Down related. He grabs the remote to change the channel and knocks over his bowl of snacks when he calls out to Karen to see if they have any more. And then we pan over to the fridge just in time to see all of the magnets fall off. This indicates something big just happened, like the massive portal gun from Season 3 trying to open another gate. Maybe this was the instance a new gate was just opened. In Season 3, we see Joyce befuddled about her magnets the entire time, and in Season 1, Mr. Clark explains that a giant portal to another dimension would be so big it would disrupt the magnetic field of Hawkins. I wonder if this moment will be replayed in the show. But After this, the commercial ends with Ted noticing the fallen magnets. It looks like he's about to turn into Joyce here, but knowing him, he'll probably just go back to watching TV. Now, everyone has been pointing out how high quality the commercial looks and wondering if it's an actual scene from the show. And while it does fit the vibe and style of the show itself, we can actually see this is the first of a series of commercials that was made in collaboration with the show's creative team. They just chose to mimic the style of the show to do a little in-universe commercial miniseries surrounding Ted, which honestly, we could all use more Ted. And the miniseries will continue with another commercial on November 6th for Stranger Things Day, most likely Ted going to Target to get more cheese balls. Now, what's a little concerning is it almost seems like this will be from the Vanishing of Holly Wheeler episode. Ted is sitting in the same spot where Nancy and Eleven will burst through the door with the shotgun, and this will most likely be to rush to check on Holly and Karen, which we have seen multiple shots of, and now we have a clip of a Demogorgon most likely coming through their ceiling. We also have that shot of them hiding in the bathtub together, and with the magnets falling off the fridge and the mind flare on their TV, it just feels like everything could be connected. I'm just worried because if you remember, we also saw that Nancy will be most likely in the hospital washing all this blood off her hands and crying. This means that possibly Karen was attacked and wounded badly enough by the Demogorgon that was coming after them. But now we see Ted in the spotlight. I really hope this doesn't mean that he will be the one in the crosshairs. The Duffers are very specific with who they give screen time to, almost ensuring that if a random character comes out of nowhere and gets the spotlight and a bunch of main character moments especially resonating with the fans, they might just end up getting killed off. Now, I really hope this doesn't mean Ted is getting axed and Nancy is washing her father's blood off her hands, but I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. I also thought the grocery list that fell off the refrigerator was pretty interesting. The first couple items are pretty normal. It says Target list, spam, Ziploc bags, garbage bags, and a couple other things. And then in red marker underneath them, it says wire cutters, batteries, and Gatorade, a lot of with an underline. This seems like Mike might have put these last things on the grocery list. Of course, batteries for all the flashlights and walkie-talkies. The wire cutters, I would think, is to sneak into a place. In season 1, Hop uses wire cutters to sneak into Hawkins' lab. And we already know Hawkins' lab is going to be very important this season, so maybe they're going to use them to try to sneak in the same way Hopper did. Or possibly they will use them to try to sneak into the military compound in the center of town they built around the portal. This could be for when they start heading out to watch the burn commence. And Gatorade is, I'm sure, just for electrolytes, plus they're doing a pretty heavy Stranger Things rebrand for merchandising. I really hope the product placement isn't anything crazier than the other seasons. They always have it, but with this being the final season, I can't help but feel like the merchandise promotions are even more aggressive, giving you so many different things to buy. You can get glow-in-the-dark Dorito Pringles that taste like Vecna, or Gatorade that tastes like the Upside Down. You can buy Red 40 flavored cookies and the Mind Flare barbecue chips. And if you really want to feel like you're in Stranger Things, you could pick up some lip balm that tastes like Vecna's Cloud. I mean, what more could you want? And I feel like a new wave of merchandise will be coming out with each new volume that drops, just so spoilers don't happen until after the release. Now, I just want to go over really quick the biggest thing that was kind of revealed in this BTS video for season 2. I might do a longer video discussing everything, like all the behind the scenes things they mentioned, but I've actually been working on my own little rewatch video that I want to release shortly, so I'm going to go work on that right after this video. But Noah Schnapp is reacting to Will crying to Mike, being terrified, and trying to describe how the mind flare, as he spreads throughout Hawkins, Will feels more connected to him. And Noah Schnapp's reaction is just shocked. He says he can't believe after filming season 5 that this character just does not get a break. And right off the bat, I mean, this is worrisome to say the least for Will, but we kind of knew this was coming. We've only gotten a couple seconds of footage of him so far, and almost all of it is just him passing out. That or him screaming bloody murder or in one of Vecna's traps, and then there's that one scene where he is actually unconscious, I guess multiple times. I mean, to be fair, he did have a break in season 3. All he did was grab his neck every time it tingled. And in season 4, he did absolutely nothing except third wheel and hide his feelings. I really can't wait to see what they have in store for him in season 5. This gets me so excited. He ends up by saying that after that day of getting taken into the Upside Down, Will was forever changed, meaning he will never be normal again. Sad. But in other important news, Gaten mentions how he wished that Dart would have survived season 2 so that he could still have him as his pet in season 5 and ride him into battle, which is hilarious, and now I'm mad we won't ever get to see that. Alright, thanks for watching, I will see you in the next video, peace.